Hi, this is Thorsten, and today I would like to walk you through the CGC signature process. It was in early March that I received an email that RAM would be signing books as part of CGC and the signature line. So I will use that as an example of how the process works, and part of this will be an unboxing because it is July now, and in the meantime I got my box back. I sent in 2 books that I had signed by Ram, and we'll unbox them together. Obviously, I know what the books are. I haven't seen them yet. I don't know how the signature will look like. I don't know what they were graded as. And that will be part of the unboxing in a second. But before we get there, I want to walk you through how the process works, setting it up, sending the books in, what you have to keep in mind, and things to look out for. So obviously, before you send in books, you have to decide which books you want to send in. So familiarize yourself with what's on the website, what books are accepted, which aren't. And I knew I had to pick some books that were meaningful to me while still providing a great background for a signature. Not all books qualify for that. Not all signatures look good on every cover. So that's where I started. The first book I picked was already part of my collection. It's Venom #1. Ram V writes that together with Al Ewing. And when the series started just last year, I had picked up various covers of issue #1. Out of all those various covers, one was the blank black cover that I think would look great with just a signature on it. I know it's meant to be for artist sketches, but me not having any plans or having any time soon to get anyone to provide a sketch, I decided I would pick that book for sending it in and having Ram sign it. I think a bright signature on a black background would stand out very well, and that was the first choice for me. As all of you know, I'm also a great fan of The Many Deaths of Layla Starr, so I had to pick a book from that series to get Ram to sign it. There are many great covers to choose from, so the decision wasn't easy. But I stumbled up on a second print of the first issue having a variant cover that was limited to only 1 copy per local comic book shop. That issue wasn't in my possession yet, so I had to go out and find it. I went on eBay and looked around, and luckily there was 1 issue of that book available at that time. So I had to also work within a certain time frame. I couldn't spend 2 months, 3 months on searching or looking for a book because there was a deadline of end of April for sending books in to get those signed. I think Ram signed those mid-May at CGC, and the books had to be there by end of April. Me going through the process early April, I had just 2 or 3 weeks time of getting everything together, setting everything up, and sending in the books. The eBay posting looked all right, and I purchased it. So a few days later, I received that issue in the mail, and I'm unpacking it here. I was definitely happy with what I saw. It might not be a 9.8 as I had hoped, but with it being a very rare book, I think the quality of the issue I got was satisfying to me. So what were my expectations for the grading? So I looked at both books more closely, and both had small issues. The Many Deaths of Layla Starr has some coloring issues, even though there's no color on the cover, it had some minor defects on the side that looked like not part of the print. So I looked at other issues, and sure enough, those were just white, where in those cases here, there are small grayish lines on the cover. The black blank cover of Venom #1 had some dents here on the front, so I wasn't sure what the grading would be. I would hope for 9.6 at least, with minor defects on the cover, but was hoping for maybe potentially a little bit more. Wouldn't complain about those, but I wouldn't be upset about a 9.6, maybe even a 9.4. I'm not collecting CGC graded issues for the resale value, so I don't use those as investments or to make money off of those. I really just collect those for my own sake, titles that I like, mostly modern books. I use CGC more to frame books. I could use custom frames or comic book frames to put books in, but I found that the grading and the look of it has some appeal to me for just collecting key issues that I like, not key issues that the market likes. So to me, it was more meaningful to have books graded that were relevant to me and had a meaning in my life than just going back and looking for the highest value of issues on the market. It's what I do with most of my CGC books, and I'm not going for resale value. So to me, the grading here was secondary. The higher value to me was the signature, how the signature was placed, what color the signature would be in, and using CGC just to preserve the issue and for me to display it later in my own house. So going through the process, there are a few things to consider. You can't just put the books in a bag and wrap them and send them in like you would with other CGC gradings. For a signature, you need a window bag. So me not knowing what a window bag was, I went to their website and tried to find some. Obviously, they were sold out. So didn't try to panic with the deadline coming up in a couple of weeks, sending books in a bag that I didn't have, that wasn't available. I again went on eBay and looked for those bags. Luckily, someone was selling those window bags for a small premium, but at that point, that was the smallest expense in that process. So I went and purchased those window bags off of eBay. They arrived a couple of days later, hardly any delay. So I followed the directions on the website on how to pack the books. CGC has a video online that explains how you're supposed to pack those. You can leave notes, which I did, on how the signature should be placed. And yeah, just here I'm packing the books up, placing them in the window bag, making sure that everything is aligned, placing the note that I would like to have a certain color, a certain placement of the signature on the Venom issue, and packing up The Many Deaths of Layla Starr as well, placing them. That part is similar to normal CGC gradings in a comic cardboard box and packing things up. One thing that is special about the signature process is that you have to write the initials of the person signing the books on the outside of your package. That is for CGC, not to throw your package on like the backlog and maybe get to it in half a year, like for the regular CGC grading process, but for them to separate those out. So for RAM-V, obviously RV went on the outside of the books, some stickers to not treat the package badly, and yeah, wrap things up, send it in, and tracking information told me that the book arrived on time. CGC didn't really follow up, didn't give me any confirmation, but they never do. And the waiting began. I had also selected pressing, which added a couple of weeks to the process. And yes, roughly 2 months after I sent it in, the box arrived back. It is here. The books are in here. Again, I'm more interested to see where he placed the signature than the actual grading. Everything above a 9.6, maybe 9.4, 9.6 is all right to me because I know the books had minor defects. So I don't think it will be a 9.8 for either of them, but a 9.6 I would be happy with. So I'll unbox those books and then we'll look at them together. That is very well taped. The package is in prime condition. There are no dents on it, so I doubt that anything got damaged through the shipping process. And yeah, just trying to figure out how to open the package here. All right, and here they are. Let's see. Lots of bubble wrap, that's great. Shipping label. And That's where the books are in. So let's open them. I want to make sure you find out with me of what the grading will be and how the signatures look like. So let's get that open, right? I'm excited. All right. All right, a 9.4 and a red signature. Nice placement. I'm really happy with the signature. 9.4. I can live with that. It's a rare issue. It's a rare print run. The grading could have been better. There are some minor defects, as I said, decoloration or gray lines on the cover. Overall, again, the grading, secondary, the signature, red signature in here. And yeah, I'm happy with that. All right, let's see. Venom. Again, smaller defects as well, no decoloration, but some dents on the cover. I hope pressing got rid of those. But, well, that's the Venom one. Venom number 1. All right, so he didn't do it in silver or white as I asked him to, but it's light blue. So it stands out on the black. I was concerned he's using a dark color. So that's why I put the note in there. I'm happy with the signature. So light blue on the front of Venom number 1, black variant, and 9.8. All right, grading as high as I could have hoped for it. I guess pressing got rid of those minor defects, and that's a 9.8 with a light blue signature and a 9.4 with a red signature. And that was it. Thank you so much for watching. I'm very happy with the results. The slabs aren't cracked. The signatures stand out. I really like how they are placed, how they stand out compared to the cover. Let me know in the comments below if you have any questions with regards to the process. If you plan on sending anything into CGC, if you have any questions, let me know. But apart from that, yeah, thank you for watching. Till next time, I'm out.